Right, we're going to have a go at rigging one of the club quests. So it's quite straightforward. It's much like any other 3-sail 2-man boat. We're going to get the main sail up first, so we need to find the main halyard, which is on the end of the boom, and we can reach that by uncleating it from here. So we're now just untying the halyard which is attached to the end of the boom. And we're going to attach it to the head of the sail. Make sure you've got the luff at the front, which you can tell by having the luff rope in it. Lay it out on the boat, unroll it, find your head, attach the main halyard by passing a loop through the hole and then the bobble through the loop. Put it tight, and that's now connected. That then hoists, here we go, here's the other end of the halyard. So you feed the feeder into the mast, you feed the beginning of the sail into the mast, and you just pull it up. Make sure this last slug is also in the mast. Hoist to the top, cleat it off. And you coil the remaining halyard up. And there's a handy pocket in the sail to store it in. Attach the clue to the boom. There's a groove in the boom and the slug can fit in there, and then pull out to the back. This is very simple indeed. As far as I can tell, you pass it through the eye in the boom, through the eye in the sail, back through the eye, and through the cleat, and pull it tightish. So next we're going to attach the tack of the sail to the mast. For this, I'm not quite tall enough, so you may need to climb in the boat. And this strap here goes smooth side against the mast, underneath all the ropes, through these 2 rings, back underneath the ropes, and velcros onto itself like that. And that is the mainsail rigged. So now onto the jib. The rope for the halyard is probably going to be stored on this eye on the mast here, so just unhook it from there, make sure it's not cleated on the mast, and it will come all the way down to here. So grab the jib, unroll it, attach the head of the jib by undoing this shackle. On some of the quests the shackle is stored on the sail, and on others it's actually stored on this piece here. When it goes together it doesn't matter. You push it through like that, twist it to do it up, take the end of the halyard, pass it through here, through the rope eye, pass the bubble back through. That's now attached, and then all we do is hoist whilst twisting the shanks on. So you turn it 90 degrees and twist it on. Pull it up a bit more, turn it 90 degrees and twist it on. There's half a dozen or so of these up the length of the sail. And that just keeps the jib attached to the forestay to stop it sagging off. A couple more to go. And then last but not least, the tack of the jib has got a Velcro hook. If you undo that, you'll find an eye. Put the eye through the hook, pull it to the top, put the pocket back on just with Velcro, and then there's a cleat on the mast to stop the jib falling down. And again, there's a handy pocket in the mainsail to store the remainder of the jib halyard. In there. That's the cleat, it cleats off. Then we take the jib sheets, one for each side. Might want to come around here for this bit here. Take one of the jib sheets, pass it through the bullseye fairly. Heat it off just to check. Take the other one. Really important, so it's in front of the mast. Through the bullseye on this side. And then it's best to tie the two ends together with a reef knot. That way you never lose the end of the jib sheet. That's the jib done. Okay, the rudder is very simple. These two pintles attached to two gudgeons on the back. Just line them up. He says, and it'll click, and that's in place. The rudder stays up by connecting on a device there, but when you're sailing, you just lift it up and it drops down. Now onto the spinnaker, probably the hardest bit, but not that difficult. There should be one end of the spinnaker halyard, hopefully tied off around this bow fitting, don't lose it, and the other end attached to the mast here. So the head will attach to this, and the patch on the spinnaker will attach to this, and then this will be used to tie on to the tack of the spinnaker, and then that's good to go. So each corner of the sail is labelled, so this is the tack, so we can simply again pass the loop through the tack, pass the bobble through the loop, and that's the tack attached. And we're going to find the head. Head. Take this bobble here. Check it's not twisted round anything. In this instance I need to take it the other side of the jib. So it's now out the front of the boat. And you can attach the head in exactly the same way. At this point, if it's not too windy, it can be worth hoisting the spinnaker slightly just to see what's what. And you do that by pulling from back here. That looks okay so far. So there are two patches on the spinnaker. One almost at the top up there. And another one down here. Take the end of the halyard that was tied off around this bar, make sure it passes underneath the bar, through the first eye in the spinnaker, and then tie it off on the second one. Using a bowline. So I've just hoisted it to check it's properly assembled, and it does appear to be. Everything is outside of the jib. So now all we have to do are the spinnaker sheets. Take one, pass it through the ratchet that's attached. Check that that's working, that's going the right way. When you pull it in, it should click, so that's good. Put it all the way through. Take the other one, and vitally important, pass it over the halyard and in front of the forestick. Failure to do that will lead to cursing on the water. So again, pass it through here. Check you've got it the right way. So the right spinnaker is in. And again, take the other end and attach them to the reef nut. That's fully assembled. So now we just have to drop it. Just be really careful when you drop it when it's on the trolley. It's very easy to snag the spinnaker on the handles of the trolley. So just need to be slightly careful with that. So uncleat it from there, pull it in. Make sure it doesn't cleat itself. That's it. Good to go. Okay, so this particular boat didn't come with a downhaul or Cunningham with it, so I've jury-rigged a piece of rope. Just attach a loop through there, pass the end of the rope through there, and then down through the cleat. Just give it a gentle tug. Maybe put a figure of 8 in the end, just to save it coming completely out. That's it. Right, so quick run through the basic controls. Primary one, main sheet, just goes from the middle of the boom. It's got a cleat on it, so if you're feeling very lazy, you can cleat it off. Just make sure you uncleat it in time. The outhaul, which you can use to flatten the sail, that's not really adjustable on this boat, so just pull it fairly tight and leave it. The kicking strap, which on this boat is upside down, called a nav, so rather than running from the boom to the base of the mast, it runs from the boom to part way up the mast. And what happens is when you pull that on, it pulls the front of the vang the nav forward, which pulls the boom down, it tightens the back of the leech, and it also bends the mast, so it gives you a much flatter sail. So if it's windy, you want to pull that pretty much as tight as you can on this boat. Today it's not windy, so I'm going to ease it off quite a bit. Then you have the jib sheets for controlling the jib. Simply cleat into there. Also on the other tack onto this side. And the spinnaker sheets for controlling the spinnaker. That really is it. It's quite a basic boat, quite simple, very stable, quite nice fun actually.